All right. Nothing to it but to do it.
Yes, sir.
What a weekend, man, Little
Mm-hmm.
Halloween weekend, just ghouls and goblins, a bunch of stooges
Yeah, I
running
guess
around.
this is Halloween weekend technically because
Yeah, isn't it?
Halloween's on a Thursday. It kind of kills the vibe a little.
But then there's the chance for like, well, this is back when they would do like Maction and shit. They could have like the Halloween games, the Thursdays where they just black out the stadiums for a bit, but it's like Akron versus
Sure.
fucking Ball State, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
like, get whatever we can. Oh man, that's crazy. I didn't even think about Halloween on a Thursday.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of a vibe kill, low
I
key.
mean, I'm I think that the day after Halloween should be off every time. It should
Okay.
be a federal holiday day
Okay.
after.
Okay. Is there like a reasoning for it, or just kind of like, hey, if we're throwing these things
Because we're
out,
going out for Halloween. Like,
okay, so we need the day to recover.
yeah,
Like,
you need the next day.
I think then
That's
it
what I
needs to
think.
be
I think
mandatory.
day after Super Bowl should be
I
federal
think so.
holiday too. Or, well, people have been saying that they want to bump if you add an extra game,
Yeah, then you get
it
to
pushes
President's
it to the President's Day weekend, and then you get the Monday off regardless. Which, yeah, let's do that.
Day.
Sign me up.
I agree with that. Honestly, though, like, because I was hearing that from Roger Goodell earlier this year at the draft. I don't know if because everyone's complaining about how many there's so many injuries this year with like top players. I don't think adding an extra game is the answer. I think giving them an extra bye week so you get a better product on the field might be the
Yeah,
answer. So
yeah.
you push it out to President's Day, but
You just get 2 bye weeks.
yeah, I just feel like adding an extra game and it like is just wrecking people. Or add the extra week and get rid of some Thursday games. Like you can't have teams playing on a Sunday and then playing on a Thursday. Like it's just really
Yeah.
stupid.
So it's February 9th this year, one day after my birthday. All right. Sure.
So we know you're gonna be a-okay on your birthday.
Yeah.
Feel good the
Well,
next
actually, on my birthday is going to be all day track meet. I
oh
found out
jeez.
our preseason winter championships is
Oh jeez.
February 8th is the championship. So that'll be how my day's spent. Making
Just
sure
sipping
everybody's dialed
lemonade.
in. Just making sure everyone's dialed in.
Someone had to do it,
Oh
and
yeah.
why not you?
I go hard for those too. Like I see a lot of like big fat stooge coaches that like
Yeah.
are just up in the stands and they just send everybody out to
Yeah.
like, oh, you warm up and you go like, I don't know how to do it that way. I'm like, if you're out there warming up, I'm standing there
I'm with you
with you when you're warming up. Like that's
in the
just how
trenches.
that's just how I know how to do it. If it's raining, I'm standing out there. If it's hot as shit, which gets hard because like, say you're a kid and you're running like 2 races. You run at 10 a.m. and then you run at 3 p.m. You have a lot of downtime. You can go up to the stands. You can go fucking go get a sandwich somewhere. Me, I'm there from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and I'm coaching like the
Every event.
relay goes. By the time the relays end, people are warming up for an event. Then when that event ends, there's other people warming up. I'm always out there because someone's always warming up or racing. So I'm like, fuck. It just
I'm just
you're
joking.
just so chalked by the end of the day,
I didn't even think about it that way. But you
especially
know
when they go
what?
till 10 p.m. and you're like, bro, like,
No, come
why
on now. What
why
are
am I
we
still here? The longest one I've ever been at was I was there at 7:30 and I left at like 10 something.
why? What are we doing at 10 o'clock? Like what could be
Meet goes long, man. It just like there's thousands of kids there running, and it just keeps going. Yeah,
you're just warming up at 10 p.m. and you're like,
yeah.
I
The last relay will go at like 9:30. So then by the time that ends and everyone cleans up and get
up.
the worst is when it's like 10 o'clock and you got to take the canopies down.
Oh,
Oh, that's you just pray that some parents are still up there taking them down as the like final races are going. You're like, please God, get these for me because I'm not doing this shit. I can't.
I can't be asked. Can't be
No,
bothered.
literally.
I'll quit on the spot. I swear to God, if I walk up there with
Yeah,
five
I don't.
canopies
I
on
don't want any
resignation,
part of this.
I'm not. That's insane. I mean, but hey, you know what? No one can say that you're not locked in. Like you're not
Sure.
dialed. You're for the business. Speaking of for the business, I mean, we had not scary farm part two.
Yep.
You know, and I think I can say, it's gonna come as a surprise to everyone who knows me. I kind of got a history of getting drunk and not scary farm.
Sure.
So, changed that up this weekend. Didn't get drunk. It was on a Sunday. Got work on Monday. So it's kind of, some could say that's the factor that limited it.
Yep.
And you'd probably be correct. But, you just want to be that right amount of sauce to where like
Yeah.
you're not fully, just tweaked a bit.
Sure.
I'm calling out strats as I'm walking. So my girlfriend she doesn't want to we tried two different approaches. We tried the old, hey, we're two different entities, kind of walking, run the joint, nobody gives a shit. She didn't like that one. So what we got is, the hands around the waist, kind of the waddle through
Mhm.
yeah. And I think the funniest shit is when we're in the mazes is because obviously, they go for the girls every single time they're in the maze. Boom,
Yeah.
scares flying left and right. There's so many scares that would like go up to me and they're like, "That walk sucks, doesn't it?" I've done it before. Tell her to walk by herself. I'm like, damn.
Damn. All right. My bad.
And I got some what was it? Some circus clown fucking chick running through the middle of Not Scary Farm. I'm wearing a Rams hoodie. She
Sure.
looks at me. She says, "Pick a different team," and walks by like those are fighting
Dang.
words,
My
man.
bad.
And I'm like, "What are you, a goddamn Niners fan? What are we? What are we doing?" Then experienced Ghost Rider in the back coaster for the first time. Um, yeah, physics be damned.
Yeah.
It doesn't really prepare you. Like I feel like for that back row in particular, we're gonna need the over the shoulder dealios because that your
Sure.
head is just fucking bobbling
Oh
around,
yeah.
just getting
You're
bashed.
getting after it.
But boy, is it's thrilling. And
It
yeah,
is fun. Yeah.
shout out to Big Dog hooking it
Man,
up,
Big Dog always comes through.
literally. I just sent him a little text this morning. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you. Setting up for the boys.
Oh
Appreciate
yeah.
all the business. Didn't want to give the critiques about, what we need for the feng shui of some of the exit
Yeah.
strategies, but,
Sure.
we'll get there. We'll get there. That's
Sure.
one of those over, maybe a scotch or a adult beverage,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah. Let him know how things could be better.
You know, because you're just an asshole if someone, hooks you up and you're like, by the way, got a couple, just quick pointers. I know you pay people to do this. You got
Sure.
teams and they do their surveys,
Sure.
but you're just, if you're taking suggestions, which he's not, there's no
Mm-mm.
suggestions.
There isn't.
No, but we'll make one. Gotta make one. Oh boy, was it fun.
Yeah, it was a good
Good time.
vibe. Able to hit all 10 mazes, so that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I might have. I thought at one point we were at 4, and I think we were at like
No, we're
6.
at about 7. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
See, they all kind of just look the same. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, same type of vibe. Sure.
yeah. Except for the spider one. The spider one, I do have to say I'm glad I went on that one. I think that one was the most like well made
Mm-hmm.
maze, like with like the spider webs that you walk through. I
Oh
was a little,
yeah. I was getting got.
yeah, I got caught by a
Just
couple of them spiders, man.
yeah, they were getting me.
The one on the corner, and it like barks at you. It's like fucking shit.
Yeah.
Then there was I wasn't a fan though of inside of there, we're walking through, all of a sudden we're in a room and I just see like a black light on me and a bunch of shit just on my jacket and I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Watch this today, you son." Like, "What?
Yeah. What's going on here?
What'd you spray on me?"
Yeah.
Still don't know to this day. But it's a great weekend, great weekend with the Stooge and Stoogettes just taking
Mm-hmm.
over town and I actually had my Uber driver drive us back to my place and girlfriend made a great call. She said, "Hey, you know what, we want the McDonald's afterwards." I said, "Okay, that's
Okay.
great." She said, "You know what we should do is we should order it while we're on our way back so that it gets there at the same time." I said, "That's
Yep.
genius."
That's how you do it right there.
So we hit that little strategy of boom bang, here you go.
Sure.
We're on our way back and I noticed sitting next to us in between like both seats is like this orange Gatorade bottle. So I asked the guy up front, I'm like, "Hey, you had like a busy night?" He's like, "Nope." I'm like, "All right, well that bottle ain't mine, so I ain't gonna fucking grab it."
Yeah.
So we get back to my place and I walk out and we start walking down my driveway to get to the back door. And I just hear this loud, like when you hear someone grab a bottle really aggressively and like slam that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He slammed it and then ran it over and left it in the middle of the street.
Okay.
So it's like right in front of my house. So I'm getting pissed. I'm like, "Fuck, dude. One, it's gonna attract ants, and two, it's right in front of my house. So it's not like, oh, who's could it be?" Right there and grab it, bro. I'm serious. He fucking took it, slammed it, ran it over, and left.
What was he tweaking?
I don't know. Well, I got the vibe from this guy, so I made the joke. I was like, "Oh, after being, at the Mazes, I'm like, oh, so if we get the fucking serial killer Uber, we know where to
Mhm.
go." He had some tendencies that could have
Okay.
been.
He was a freak?
He's one of those guys where you're kind of plotting what you would do if said actions are going to take place. Like, what's your escape route? What are you gonna, you just
Sure.
kind of start running these things through your head. And you do, the safe thing. You put the route on your phone too, while he's doing it on his phone, seeing that he's going the right way.
Yeah.
It's not taking too many dipsy doos and whoop de woos. Um, yeah, just an overall freak.
Okay.
So I was like debating. I'm like, do I not give him a 5 star? I was like, okay, if I don't give him a 5 star, I'm being a Karen. But I swear, I'm
Yeah.
not tipping him for fucking leaving a damn bottle
Sure.
in my front yard. So he still got his 5 stars because that's his livelihood. But I was not tipping at that point. Like, brother, you fucking
Yeah.
slammed it outside my house and
Yeah,
ran away.
brother, you're kinda freaking me out here, so
Yeah, it was like half full too. So he had to like work to fucking
oh,
just
shit.
like it. Like it wasn't like you just
We had to
empty.
get it out of the car and
Yeah, and it was in the middle of like both seats, and they were like leather, so like the shit was shifting around. So you had to get out, grab it, spike it, get back in the car, back it over, and then take off.
sure.
So yeah, he's a bit of a freak. But hey, you know what? He's perfect for not scary for him. I'll tell you that because
Yeah.
nothing prepares you more than for that freak. Um, did indulge in watch the horror movie Us this weekend.
Okay.
Um, I do gotta say, that's probably the first horror movie I've ever seen where they emasculate the guy to the point where it's just like, I mean, brother, you got a baseball bat. Maybe we just play,
We gotta make something happen here.
you can't tell everybody come at me, I'm gonna fuck you up, and then they just start coming after you, and you can't
And you're not fucking them up.
not fucking them up. I fear they called your
You're not
bluff.
doing much of anything.
No. Um, and then I went to Cold Stone for the first time in probably 4 years and said, you know what, I'll get my usual mint chocolate chip, which I'm sure I'll hear in the comments people say, oh, is that toothpaste? You know what? It's phenomenal. Okay.
Okay.
It satisfies the taste buds, it satisfies the stomach, doesn't get you,
Sure.
that upset stomach before you go to bed. I didn't do anything that was correct. I said, you know what? I'm feeling some like cake batter.
Okay.
Okay. I could get a bunch of varieties, but what I saw was cake batter, batter, batter. So the full lineup, the trio.
All the way down to the cleanup hitter.
Yeah. Got everybody on base. We need someone to knock them home.
Sure.
And I said, you know what? I'm just feeling like the Halloween festivities. Why don't I get that little waffle cone? Like the
There you go.
little cup, the
Sure.
orange one with the little sprinkles. I'm like, I'll get a like it. Ended up getting a love it. Too
Yeah.
much to love it.
A lot of ice cream.
Just too much dairy and just dough. That it was. I
Sure.
mean, I may have taken a one-way ticket to Butt Piss City in the morning is all I
Oh,
can say.
no.
Well, when you have that much dairy before you go to bed,
Mhm.
then you've been drinking throughout the day too, so,
Yeah, it's all bad at that point.
you gotta couple those things together, they go hand in hand.
All bad.
Shout out Dude Wipes though, save the day.
There you go.
Um, didn't watch too much football as far as college goes. NFL was
Mhm.
kinda more locked in. Was happy to see the lads sold me again, for fantasy football. It was National Tight End Day, and I thought
Oh, yeah.
Colton for sure is gonna go off. He didn't do anything.
No.
Um, and the Buccaneers running back room continues to give me fits, which I'm starting to realize I think I can't see them as like a boom running back room, but like a safe tenor from either of them. Like they're
Sure.
gonna give you a 10 piece. So I think I have to kind of adjust my strategy.
Instead of
Um,
just hoping one pops.
yeah, like my strategy was trying to keep them on the bench and see which one was gonna take over, but they're kind of,
No one's taking over.
less stinky, more athlete take over.
Yeah. Not a
And,
lot of
uh,
takeover.
no, we don't really have that clutch gene saying get me the
Mhm.
rock. So maybe
Sure.
we go so rogue, we just start both of them and say, "Hey, you're the
You
fucking
could.
flex, and you're running back too." Because Javonte Williams sure sold my team against the
Yeah.
goddamn Panthers.
Okay.
How was your weekend?
Lost by 4 in a barn burner. That's how it goes. Probably should have started Jerry Jeudy, but,
Well,
if your
well,
decision is, do I start Jerry Jeudy or not, like,
you're kinda jocked.
it's tough. Boys played well. I mean, it's not like anyone really underperformed. It's just, I was about 20 points over the projected. So was he. I mean, it's just like how it goes. You get in a
Teams
shootout and
battling.
come up short. DJ Moore kind of just didn't do much of anything, unfortunately. Needed a touchdown out of him, couldn't get it.
DJ Moron.
Yeah, but still in a good spot. Other fantasy leagues, they're struggling a little bit, but in the two that I'm in for the most cash, I am 6-2 in both of those. So
Okay.
the ones where I'm in 75 bones
75 bones in
a piece.
Now I gotta ask you, as a manager of the AR situation, how did you feel hearing about him saying, "Hey, I took a breather because I was tired." You know.
Honestly, not mad at it because that's one less opportunity he has to get assaulted out there or throw an interception. So take a
Okay,
couple
so we're.
breathers here or there, bud. If you need it, as long as it doesn't lead to a turnover, then
I've
I'm
never,
good.
man. What the fuck? Like,
You just
I
needed
didn't
a
even
hit.
see
That's it.
who did they bring in. Did they bring Flacco in for one play?
I think so.
There's no way, man.
I believe that's what happened.
How the hell are you supposed to be the franchise player, the future of the Colts?
You got to take a play off.
You're saying, "Hey, I," like, you couldn't lie and say, "You know what? I cramped up," or, "You know what? I think my hamstring was tight," or something. Just anything.
Yeah.
"Oh, I had a problem with my helmet and I needed to get it fixed." Like, we're just out there just saying, "Yeah, I was fucking tired."
hmm
Okay. Then did you hear his press conference after the game?
I did not.
He said, "I'm a different type of quarterback than anyone else." He said, "My ability to run the ball outweighs any of the accuracy concerns." So,
Sure.
I'm telling you, man, I can picture it now. Flackhead throwing the rock, and then JT and AR just rotating it back and just keeping that thing going. Could be.
I think just put him in the backfield. Let him run the rock.
That's what I'm saying.
Do a little wing T
Wing T with AR.
with
Oh,
AR and Jonathan Taylor, and then AR can throw sometimes.
that keyword
Be pretty
sometimes.
crazy.
10 for 32.
Yep. But when it hits,
It's a buck 75.
it's a bomb.
Yeah, Josh Downs, 4 receptions, 109 yards.
He's like Jalen Milrow to like the 10th degree.
Yeah,
He's like better at running and he's better at throwing it deep, but everything else he's worse at.
dude, I've never seen a quarterback who cannot throw a stick concept worse than this guy. Like, stick is the easiest play in the NFL playbook, and he says, "Not for me."
He said, "I'm good today, actually."
I think, you know what, I could fit this, this easy little out route, just kind of bang that. But if I throw that 55-yard dot, we might be on to something.
Sure.
Yeah, he plays quarterback like people play Madden. Like, if back in the day when you were running just Patrick Mahomes in 2016 with just,
hmm
Tyreek Hill running vertical and Kelsey underneath, and just I'm throwing for 450, but like 16 for 54.
Yeah.
But when they hit,
Oh, it is.
that was just I've never seen a situation like that where a quarterback just said, "Yeah, I just tapped myself out and said, you know
I'm out. I'm
what's
not
best
doing
for
it.
the team."
Won't be a part of it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's kind of how the way the cookie crumbles.
Sure.
All right, do we wanna get down to the
Go into those.
breakdown of
Yeah,
the
get the recaps going.
Sure. Speaking of recap,
Or
recap for IE Sleeper for a little.
yeah, I've been waiting for those for a while now.
I swear to God, every single time there's a new recap is when I lose a game, but when I'm winning, I don't see a recap.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's
messed up.
that's some shit.
Some bullshit
Bring,
for sure.
bring on my downfall. I think we could
Thanks for
probably go
knowing.
and do we want to see how we did this week and then kind of go through what the lay of the land looks like for the top 10?
Sure, that works
All
for
right,
me.
let's see how we worked here.
We go.
Not a bad showing from the lads. I mean, Boise State,
Yep.
Genty, Genty, yeah.
And he's always going to get his.
He was actually human this game, 33 carries for 128 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
So
true. He wasn't an absolute godsend.
yeah, he wasn't playing on God mode, which is nice for the other team, I guess. But other than that, I mean, UNLV. I mean, hey, it's been nice knowing you. Illinois, Oregon. I mean, Oregon finally showed up and beat the piss out of a team they should, so
Yep.
that's good. Um, To hold them to 9 is more impressive than scoring 38. Like 38's good. 9 points, pretty damn good. Shutout in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It's good. Taking care of business at Autzen. Oh boy, Notre Dame Navy. Oh. If you're the cadets, let me down.
Yeah, I saw this one coming.
Yeah.
They had to play some big dogs, and they didn't quite have it.
Just figured, if they're folks that are keeping our country safe, I said they could go to MetLife Stadium and beat Notre
The
Dame.
thing is, they're not. Those aren't the guys.
That's the problem. I forgot about that
In the
piece.
future,
In
yes.
the future, they could come back and
Yeah.
boom, here we go. But
But they got some learning that they gotta do.
yeah, 51-14. I'm assuming we
Yeah.
got a couple things. We need to go back to the film room here. Yeah, just an absolute fucking beatdown at MetLife. Probably the most points MetLife has seen in at least 6 years.
Mhm.
Missouri, Bama. I mean, it's tale as old as time. It's like saying the sky's blue or tomorrow. The sun's gonna rise in the east, set in the west. Like, okay, we know Bama doesn't lose to Missouri. Now, did I expect a 34-0 piss slammage? Not really.
Yeah.
Like 34 goose is
Yeah, that's a tough one. You guys are shit.
the head coach for Missouri. His quarterback got like a blindside sack, and he's just yelling across the field at the defensive lineman, "Fuck you, fuck you!" I'm like, bro, it's 27-0.
Like, dang, bro, this thing's over.
I mean,
Yep.
Jalen Milroe, bro, just 215, nothing crazy, just kind of keeping it moving.
Sure.
I mean,
You don't have to do much when the other team can't score.
yeah, it makes things pretty easy. Let's see.
Some of these conference races are crazy.
How is it that this always happens? I swear Missouri's like clockwork, man. Luther Burden, 3 receptions, 3 yards.
Yeah, you got to think we got to find a way to get this guy the rock. Please and thank you.
It's like every year.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been hearing about it. Last year, they had their best chance at home against Georgia. Shit the bed.
Florida State's 1-7.
And I love it.
Yeah. And they beat Cal barely. It could be 0-8.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was actually
In the ACC, the top 4 teams are all undefeated in the conference. SMU versus Pitt this week, title eliminator right there. It's gonna be a barn burner.
I might tune in for that. Never thought I'd say that.
Colorado Buffaloes might have a chance
Think so?
in
You
this
think
thing.
Dion and the boys?
I mean, their last 4 games are looking. Utah's looking shit, so that's looking a lot better for them. Their only loss is Kansas State, who, I mean, I guess they'd lose the tiebreaker on them, so they need BYU and Iowa State to kind of lose here. They don't play either of them, so
And
that's unfortunate. Iowa State plays Kansas State, but
yeah.
you know that there's a world in the Big Ten where Oregon can go 12-0 and not make the Big Ten championship
How?
because Penn State doesn't play them and Indiana doesn't play them, and Indiana and Penn State don't play each other, so they could all go 12-0 and Oregon would lose the 3-way tiebreaker.
What?
Or not confirmed they would, but there's a world where they do. Whatever the tiebreaker goes to, it goes to strength of record or something.
Yeah.
And I think theirs would be worse. Or as of right now, it would be. How insane would that be? They're the number 1 team in the country. They're 12-0. They don't make the conference championship game because all of them go 12-0.
Brother. That
That'd
would
be so insane.
be honestly though, that if that does happen, that might be a blessing though, because you get an extra week to rest
Yeah.
going into the
But you
playoff.
won't be one of the top 4 seeds.
That is kind of crazy though. To be the number 1 team in the country,
You'd be number
automatically
5 or
lose.
whatever. Yeah, it'd be
Oh my
crazy
god.
because you didn't win your conference.
Dude,
That
this
would be some crazy shit.
conference alignment's gonna be insane, and I love it.
Who else are we looking? I mean, the SEC is getting crazy.
Yep. Ole Miss, Georgia. That'll be a piss slammage. Bama, LSU.
Yeah, I mean,
Would have meant more if they would have won
when
last
does
week.
who else does Tennessee play this year? They play Georgia. So Bama needs Tennessee to lose twice. Is there
Yep.
any way Bama can get back into the title game? They're not really, right?
I think they're pretty much out. They need an at-large bid.
I mean, they would need. I don't know how the tiebreakers would work though, because they could be tied with some teams that they haven't even played. So I don't know how it would. Because all they need is Georgia to lose one game,
Yeah.
which I guess is possible. I don't know. It's gonna get weird.
Ole Miss could do it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Georgia's gotta play Ole Miss and then Tennessee.
A&M is looking real good right now. I mean, they have a freebie schedule. You would think this would be their time to lose though at South Carolina and just ruin all the positive momentum they built.
I tell you what, I like that South Carolina team too. Like,
Yeah,
they're
they're
pretty
tough.
good. Their quarterback's been getting better. He's a youngster, but, like, I mean, realistically, he should have beat Bama too. Just shit the bed.
Yeah.
Should be interesting. Speaking of shit in the bed, LSU going to
Yeah.
Texas A&M, having the lead, and then the second half just getting absolutely steamrolled. They win the halftime 17-7.
Not good.
Yeah, then they had 31 hung on them in the third, fourth, second half. That's insane.
Yeah.
Who the hell was doing the scoring for Texas A&M? Because, like, dude, their quarterback passed for 64 yards. They're just running the rock like crazy.
They were running the rock.
Holy shit.
Best believe that.
Oh my gosh. Why can't we get this amount of running backs, man? We got 1, 2, 3, 4,
What I'm
5, 6,
saying.
7 guys carrying the pill.
Sure.
I mean, is it just me, or I feel like football's a pretty simple game? The SEC shows you that.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna run halfback blast. Like, they know the play call. Like,
We're gonna run it right at this guy's face.
we're gonna run it at this fucker, and we're gonna put him in the dirt.
And we're gonna like it.
And then
And they're not.
USC says, "Well, what if we call a timeout right here?
Sure.
And then we take a knee, but then they don't expect us to throw it. You think deep? No. In breaking route, slowest guy on the team. What do we think?
Here we go.
Like, probably not liking it.
No.
But that's the life we get. Yeah, you got the 1 point lead here. I fear that Navy pick might come back to bite me in the ass, but at least I can go to bed saying, you know what, I supported my boys.
Sure.
Look at the boys and say, hey, I gave you my salute, and I got flipped off for it.
Yeah. Tried it. I might be down to go with Army when they play Notre Dame, but
I think I have to,
Navy,
just out
I
of
just didn't
principle.
feel good about it.
I mean, if I lose 2 for 2 for it, I mean, at least I supported both
True.
military academies. I can
Yeah.
go there swinging. Let's see what the top 10 look like. I don't think there was too much movement going on. Yeah, I mean,
No. Pretty similar stuff.
top 4 stay the top 4. The change with Penn State and Tennessee actually comes down to, for those of you that don't know, we each do our own top 10, and then we average them out. And so Tennessee and Penn State were both tied for a 5.5 spot. So we do the old flip a coin, you know.
You get what you
Yes.
got.
Yep. Penn State gets the nod this week. Um, I don't know. I'm not super sold on either team, so I can live with it. But I'm definitely not sold on that Penn State team because, like, USC should have beat that team. And I mean, aside from saying what are we now? 6 plays away from being undefeated?
Yeah, something like 4. Oh, how many times we lost? 4. So 4 plays away.
4 plays? Okay.
Yeah.
Aside from being 4 plays away in 4 different games in 4 different
Sure.
settings in 4 different fourth
Sure.
quarters with 2 timeouts at least 3 times of those 4. Penn State should have lost to them so that they would not get
Yeah.
the
We're getting
nod.
really close.
We're getting so close. Where we can feel it. Miami's holding serve. I mean, it's pretty hard to, get bumped down on your bye week. Notre Dame, welcome to the conversation. I actually almost thought about just putting Coach Lou's head shot right there and just kind of being like, that's who they are. It
Fair
might
enough.
happen next week if they stay into it, just because that's who they are.
Yeah.
Texas A&M gave them the nod with the all black unis. There was a world where I was trying to make a case for Texas A&M being above Notre Dame for their 2 big ranked wins, but then I saw
Mhm.
that Notre Dame not only won the head-to-head, but also had a good ranked win against, uh, Louisville.
Yeah.
It's like, "Alright, that's fair." But I'm telling you, Notre Dame, you slip up one time,
Oh, yeah, you're out
that
of there.
IU loss is coming up like a noose.
We're gonna boot your ass out of there quick. And
Oh,
Indiana, keep doing your job, and you're gonna be number 1 by the time this thing's over.
dude, Cignetti and the boys or like, is this a real thing? Is there a world where I'm actually looking at my bracket at the end of the year and I'm saying, "Is the Indiana Hoosiers gonna make some noise here?"
Yeah, I'm just waiting for obviously, you know, they beat the hell out of Nebraska,
Yeah, actually,
and they beat Washington, but I'm waiting for that, like
Michigan, Ohio
I'm waiting
State.
for that big win, which is gonna
Yeah,
be the at Ohio State. Like,
you win that one, now you got
we
my
gotta
attention.
see them do a like yeah, yeah. Even the one at home against Michigan, yeah, I know Michigan's kinda shit, but
Still an impressive win. I mean,
yeah,
they're gonna run the rock on you if you don't if you don't
sure.
stop them. Oh god, I just saw USC's Big Ten standings.
Yeah, not good.
Jesus.
Not good at all.
And I don't feel great about our chances this week.
No.
But BYU, the Mormons just keep doing their thing. Soak City
Oh,
doing
yeah.
their job.
They're consistent.
Very, you know. Some might say they're not the ones playing the game, but hey, someone's getting the wins. So
Sure.
if they're just standing there and teams are losing in front of them, I mean, oopsie,
Oopsie daisy.
whoopsie. Yeah, then the honorable mention Boise State, the Hoosiers, and then Iowa State. Even though I'm not really sure why Iowa State, I think they were just holding on to that ranked win they had against Iowa, who benched.
I mean, they are undefeated, right?
McNamara. They are,
Yeah.
but I don't think they've played any like
No, they haven't really played anyone, but I mean, it's
like what do they
I
play
guess
Kansas
it's
State
fun.
this year? Is that what's
They'll play Kansas State last game of the season.
okay? So this whole thing could go all the way
Yep.
towards Kansas State. Okay,
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
mind that.
Correct.
I don't mind that at all.
Looks like we got 2 good games next week or this week. We got Ohio
Moose.
State at Penn State, which is a banger, and then the sneaky Pittsburgh at SMU.
Ole Miss,
7-0
Arkansas,
versus
banger
7-1.
too.
I think the A&M South Carolina is going to be good too, honestly.
Low key,
I mean,
Minnesota.
A&M's only a 2.5 point favorite at South Carolina, so Vegas knows.
That's a good point.
Vegas understands what's going on
They
here.
understood the mission.
Facts.
I mean, Clemson Louisville could be a sneaky one too. For some reason, Louisville always plays tough against them. Hell, Kentucky against Tennessee. Kentucky could just hold them to like 13 points.
Facts.
See, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing a tweet saying this is the worst weekend of football and then we get fucking Scorsese magic. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Someone else got to bite the bullet on that one. Speaking of bite the bullets, let's see how we did in the old National Football League or the Taylor
The
Swift
old
algorithm league.
NFL. I think we did shit. I fear we were shit. I fear we got Hail Married. So that's, that's never good.
Nope. No.
I fear the Seahawks were fighting each other on the sideline. So
That one
also
did
not a good sign. And for once, the Eagles came through for me, which is odd.
Yeah.
And yeah, AR didn't come through. It was a whole lot of
Because I think even as
they
an
came through
Eagles
for
fan.
you a couple times, and a couple times came through for
Oh,
me.
yeah. Now, if you were asking me if I knew AR was going to tap himself out and say, "I'm tired," I could not tell you that. If you were asking me if I knew he was gonna be around 50% or lower completion percentage, I'd say, "Yes, this sounds about right."
Yeah.
I feel like even as an Eagles fan, though, you were kinda sniffing that Bengals game, and you're like, "This could be one where we kinda have a tough time out there."
Yeah, I thought it would be for the defense though, because like the Bengals defense hasn't been great, so I felt like it would be a good spot for the offense to kind of find some life. They still have yet to score a point in the first quarter, so it's pretty impressive, honestly. But
It really is.
I think that was more because the Bengals had literally a 10-minute drive to start the game when they
Yep.
scored, which is like, and they got like 6 third downs.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was pretty much a I wouldn't say it was a masterclass because it was 17-17 the third quarter, but the O line, the Bengals O line just could not
Yeah.
hang. They really couldn't.
Yeah, I knew I was in a tough spot when I got 3rd and 1 and Zach Moss runs up the middle and loses 3 yards. I said, "Hmm, so that's not ideal." Um, yeah, I mean, Jamar Chase, 9 catches, 54 yards. It's not really doing too much for me.
Yeah.
When Mike Gesicki's leading the squad with 7 for 73, I know things are tough.
Sure. Sure.
It's tough because I like this Eagles squad, but I just had a feeling they're due for one like trolley loss.
Yeah.
And for me, I was like, it would be the Bengals, and then the Bengals are because like you think about it, if the Bengals win that game, they're right back in the divisional conversation.
Mhm.
So it's like that one seemed like it. I mean, actually, the next 4 games for the Eagles ain't too easy. Like the Commanders, and then at the Rams, and then at Ravens is pretty.
Yeah,
That's
should get a freebie with the
great.
Jags.
Should get one of them.
The way the Cowboys are looking, I mean,
Should be a freebie on that one
could
too.
be a win. So then you're at 7-2.
Yeah. Look
Play
at the
the
back half of the season.
Commanders, Rams, Ravens. Yeah, that'll be a tough. I mean, really, it'll be a tough 4-game stretch. Even the Cowboys, you're playing a divisional opponent on the road. It's always going to be tough. So that'll be 4 games. So then you at least get a freebie coming off of that against the Panthers, which is nice.
Yeah.
But
And then you get them Steelers.
yeah,
That could actually be the tough grueler because they
normally the Eagles beat the shit out of the Steelers, but which is odd. Like sometimes, like the Steelers forget how to play defense against the Eagles, but we'll see.
take it.
I'm just happy. Yeah, Bengals was a good win because the Bengals really needed that. They're
Yeah,
3-5 now.
I
They
think they're
haven't
gonna
won a
start selling off pieces.
they haven't won a single game at home. So
And
yeah, those guys aren't looking good right now.
yeah, it's not looking phenomenal. Yeah, Bill Seahawks. I mean, Keon Coleman is starting to become that guy. I mean, he's just
Yeah,
any jump ball. I mean, we saw it in college though. It wasn't
yeah,
like a
just throw it
surprise.
up.
I swear sometimes these coaches don't actually watch the tape of these players because we watched this all at Florida State and it was
Yep.
just jump ball. He'd go get it, and you're like, okay, well that guy. Speaking of which, when are the Eagles gonna throw jump balls to Johnny Wilson? Like you guys got him, just throw it to
He
him.
unfortunately doesn't catch a lot.
Uh,
Sometimes he be dropping that shit.
so it's like a JJ Arciaga Whiteside situation.
Yeah, jeez, don't remind me of that guy. That guy was horrible. One of the worst ever.
But man, remember didn't he have like a magical run at Stanford? Like he plagued USC for years.
Yeah, he did.
Just the goal line fade with Hogan. Oh, fucking Hoagie. Yeah, I mean when I saw the Seahawks fighting on the sidelines,
Yeah,
that's never a great.
those guys were chalked.
Yeah. So looking forward, I'm gonna be a little homer here, but I'm feeling pretty good about the Rams having my guys back.
Okay,
Having Nakua, having Cup, having a healthy Williams, having
sure.
a 4 of our 5 offensive lineman starters, I'll take. Our rookie center starting to get coming to his own. He had a couple illegal snaps, and Matt Stafford was getting kind of pissed at him because he doesn't seem to understand like when the quarterback's clapping because there's 2 seconds on the play clock, you just got to
Just snap it. Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, to be a 5-1 Vikings team now 5-2, 30-20. I mean, really can't ask for much more. Stafford 4 touchdowns. Puka, Cup doing their thing. I mean, I think the offense is really, really dangerous when everyone's worried about 17 and 10. It's when Demarcus Robinson has 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Because I know he just hunts the end line. He
Yeah.
just fucking fiends back there. Like, that's when we're really dangerous.
Mhm.
If Stafford's gonna keep putting it in a keyhole like he did on the fucking fade route, I mean, I'm not saying it's what I would have loved to start the season 3-4, but if you're telling me I got my guys for the rest of the season, I like
You're
my
feeling
chances.
good.
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we said, it was a
Must win.
when you were 1-4, it was like, okay, next 5 games,
Got to get at
you
least 3.
kinda gotta win 4 of them.
Okay, I agree.
And I mean, if you're 1-4, you gotta go 4-1, get you back even 5-5, then you can go from there.
Yeah,
So you get Seahawks, Dolphins, Patriots. You know, Dolphins, I guess, have Tua back, but I don't know if how much that really scares you. Patriots, you should win. Seahawks are fighting each other, so you can
got to think.
afford to lose one of those 3, and if you
I
do, and
feel
if
like
you go 2-1, you're back at 5-5, and, you know, you have some tough games. You get Eagles, Saints. The Saints aren't that bad, but Bills,
Bills.
Niners.
Yeah,
So there's 3 out of 4 that you could lose, so you'd like to go 5-0,
that'd be ideal.
so you could be 6-4. Say you go 2-2, you're 8-6 for the
Yep,
last 3 games. Here we go.
I
Even if
wouldn't
you're
mind.
7-7 for the last 3 games, you're like, "All right, boys, if we win 3, you're 10-7, you're in." And the
I
way that the division's looking, that thing is wide open.
That's what I'm thinking. Honestly, I really was hoping that obviously after Marv got his 100 yards, that if the Dolphins were going to beat Arizona, that was fine by me.
Yeah.
And they almost did it because then that would put Frisco 4-4, Arizona 3-5, so they would be the bottom of the division, and then the Rams have a chance to beat Seattle, and then you'd be in the lead for the division. Like
Yeah.
that would have been ideal. But no, I like where we're sitting. I think Stafford and the boys really performed well up at the Seahawks. Like last year is where we started the season off, where everyone thought, okay, we're just gonna get the piss beat out of us, and that's
Yeah.
when Akua just kind of said, "Hey, I'm here." Um, so I like what we're doing. Obviously, it's a divisional game, so it's always close with the Seahawks. So I don't
Mhm.
expect it to be anything different.
Sure.
And then Tua's somehow going to give us everything he's got, just because why not?
Yeah.
So that'd be a good time. Yeah, the Hail Mary. Honestly, the best way to describe the Hail Mary field, because it was just such a tough game watching it. It was like, remember when Arizona State beat USC off a Hail Mary with Jalen Strong?
I do. Yep. And what's
That's
his
kind of how
face
it felt.
just didn't even
Pollard's face,
yeah,
yeah.
he just didn't even jump really.
Pollard, yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't think he was the guy who could jump in the first place.
Sure.
But Monty Kiffin ran a Tampa 2.
Yeah.
We didn't really have the linebacker for Tampa 2.
No, didn't look good.
But that was the kind of feeling I got,
Mhm.
and just seeing the disgust on Caleb's face, like, you gotta think maybe if we're not being a dipshit celebrating on the field, Noah Brown can't catch that ball.
Yeah.
Um, Shout out Noah Brown making the play, though. It's not easy to make the play. Like,
No.
you're like, "Okay, the ball should come to me," but in reality, it probably isn't, and then it's just,
And
it's
it
a split
appears.
second get that ball.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, hey, Commanders are kind of a squad. Commanders got that thing going. And can we just make it mandatory that every team have like an alternate black uniform, please? Like just all
Yeah,
black.
it's sweet.
It's such an easy look. Every team can pull it off. Let's just make it happen. Um, yeah, and then the Cowboys Niners again. I said if I could get it my way, I would want both teams to lose. Unfortunately, the Niners had to win,
Yeah. How it goes.
but you know, I mean, it's not like Brock Purdy looked like a fucking world beater.
No, no.
So
He,
I mean,
and shout out Dak for being the greatest garbage time quarterback of all time.
he'll get you so
Guy's
many
incredible.
yards. So
He's gonna get you some shit at the end of the game. Better believe that.
dude.
Like once the game's over,
Oh,
oh, he
he's
starts
dialed in.
cooking. Starts cooking.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson 6 for 23. I think the Niners give up like the second most yards for tight ends.
Sure.
I
Sure they
got
did.
20 yards for him.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, losing a fucking Ricky Pearsall. Yeah,
Unfortunate.
yeah, it really is. Yeah,
Guy got
I
shot.
literally got shot.
Guy got shot. Couldn't do shit.
Now he's got fucking 4 catches for 38 yards.
Yeah.
It's doing something.
Gotta love that.
Almost doubled my fucking tight end. That's good stuff. Yeah, we got shit on this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 for 2, 2-2 here. Nice little split, and
Not good.
back 9. I didn't even check. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. I didn't see what DeAndre Hopkins stats were. 2 for 29.
Yeah, not much happening there. Not much going on. But I could
Yep.
have told you that.
Yeah. I didn't expect them to. What I didn't expect was for the fucking Broncos to not be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
If somebody could explain to me how 17 carries for 44 yards happens, I'm all ears.
Yeah. Would love to
'Cause,
know.
yeah, I got Courtland Sutton throwing a goddamn pass for 28 yards. I mean, I was just losing full. But a win's a win. All right, let's see. We got any changes up there at the old top 10? Obviously, Seahawks probably got to be X. They're fighting each other.
Yeah, those guys are out of there.
Ready for fucking fight night? Pull that little slacker up here. Oh shit. Okay, so we got pretty standard looks here.
Yeah.
The big dogs have taken over their mantle, or the Lions have their mane. To be honest,
Yeah, nothing really
Packers making a
changed
nice.
besides like Vikings obviously dropped pretty far. 2
Oh,
straight losses. Um, everything else is like you'd almost want to put the Lions at 1 because they've just been beating the shit out of people. But Chiefs, man, they might go 20-0 at this point. Like, it's just,
I've come to grips with the fact that they're going to win the Super Bowl. And
it's
I'm not
just,
going to love it.
there's just not much you can do really.
They're just smart. They play defense.
Packers are good. Texans are good. Like a lot of these teams, I know they're good, but I see them as like being very beatable.
Yeah,
I think from 3 down,
yeah. 3 downs, toss up.
anyone's gettable. Like 1 and 2, I think. I mean, that could be the Super Bowl right there. There
I'd
you
love
go.
that.
It'd be pretty crazy.
I'd root Detroit to my heart.
Because I just know that the Bills are never going to give the
Yeah,
Chiefs much of anything. I think maybe the Texans second time around, but Diggs is out now for the year.
yeah. What was the official diagnosis?
ACL.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think they said they feared, but I'm pretty sure it is. I mean,
It looked like it. He just fell.
yeah. Um, Ravens, I mean, I know that they're good, but then you just like they'll
Their
just have
defense
the
in the fourth
worst
quarter is a problem.
they'll just have the worst loss ever. Like they've lost to the Browns and the Raiders. Like it's just insane. Steelers are the worst best team
Yeah,
ever. I freaking hate watching those guys play.
yeah.
Eagles are kind of just like a more prime time win away from jumping up a little bit higher, but
Yeah.
they're not really going to get that soon. They're playing the damn Jags next, so
Oh shit.
you guys are horrible.
And
Guys are
unfortunately,
shit.
Dougie P and the boys eating too much ice cream.
Yeah, not good. Not a good squad right there.
No. Not world beaters. I'll tell you that.
Not at all.
Now, my question for this list is like, let's say, okay, the Rams go up, beat Seattle. So now you beat the Vikings, you beat Seattle. Do they start to eke their way into honorable mention, kind of nearing towards like that 10 marker? Because like you got losses, one score game to the Lions, to the Packers,
Who are we talking about?
the Rams.
The Rams? Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna look. Let's see.
I feel like they would be in the realm for like the best 4-4 team for sure. I think.
Yeah, I mean they're getting. Yeah, I just
No, the
the
Cards
best
have.
win. Yeah, I mean the Vikings win definitely helped.
Yeah.
I think if you get to if you go on a 5 straight win thing,
And you
then
make
you
your way
got
up
some.
there.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're in. I
I hear
think you're
that.
in that area. But I think it just depends on what the other teams do. Like if the Vikings go on like a major slide, then
That win looks worse. Yeah.
yeah, like if they go out and they lose to the Colts and the Jags and the Titans, you're like, oh shit. Well, maybe these guys were frauds.
Dude, what if they get hit with an AR fucking masterclass, like
We've been waiting for one.
150 QBR, 100 on the ground, too,
That'd be
just
pretty insane.
350 total yards, and everyone's just like, I
That
guess the
that
kid
would
can
be
throw.
wild.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I feel like the NFL is better when the Colts are good. Like, there's
Yeah.
just something about it. Like,
Wish Andrew Luck was back in, man. Miss that guy.
now he's doing like Civil War reenactments on like
Yeah,
Monday
guy's a
Night
freak.
Countdown. Like,
That guy's an actual freak.
Yeah. Brought a musket on the set, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Weren't you the drummer?" He's like, "Well, I got my
What's this guy
musket."
doing?
What the fuck is this guy doing? Yeah, I mean, shout out to Chargers for getting the honorable mention. I mean, fucking Lad buried my squad this week. Ladede.
Sure.
Ladidi just said 25 piece is mine. Thanks for nothing, Saints. Remember when the Saints were 2-0 and it was like, ooh, are they
And everyone was like, "Wait, is this team final?" No, they're not.
they're shit.
Team's actually shit. So there you
I've
go.
never seen a team go on a bigger skid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game loss streak. That's crazy. Promise is a promise. Kamara gifted lifetime supply of beer from New Orleans Brewery. Oh, he's just gonna get so fat.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the beignets and the fucking
Oh,
oh,
that's that good stuff right there.
that gumbo.
Oh, it get you down bad.
Yeah, that's on.
It's over.
Fuck the over.
Don't stand a chance.
Feel good, but you play like shit.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And the Falcons, hey, Kirko, bro, going walking Old
Kirko's
Trafford,
just
take
hey,
you.
that's classic Kirko right there. He will give you something and then he'll give you nothing and then he'll give you something and then he'll shit the bed, yeah, and then still can't believe the Eagles lost to them.
Yeah.
Gosh, man, that was like a free win. The Eagles would be 6-1 right now, and I feel like we'd be having like a totally different conversation about them. But
I think so too. To be fair though, that was probably one of the best 2-minute drives I've ever seen Kirk do against the Eagles that night. It was just like,
well, yeah, I mean when you let them
when you
just do a 10-yard out every play, it's like sure,
you don't pressure him, he looks pretty fucking good.
yeah, he looks good. Hey, let's just drop everybody, and then the thing that never makes sense to me about coverage, and again, I could just be a dumbass.
Sure.
When you are rushing 3,
Okay.
why are we playing 12 yards off as a corner?
That's
Shouldn't we have help? Because we have 8 in coverage, can we
theory.
not move up a little,
Oh,
right? Because we do have the help. Now, if
we
they're
do.
in a 0 blitz, okay, let's just start. I'm going to plant myself at like 8 yards,
Hey,
and I'll try and drive on a slant. Hopefully, my pressure gets there, and they get their hands up, or I drive. You can be a little more conservative because you know this guy's going to tweak, or you play press out of that too. I never get why you just are playing soft coverage. I don't get it. Like, are we not good? We're just shit. So we're just going to let them catch it. Okay. Like,
I didn't think
like you
about
don't trust your guys to cover. Like they hadn't thrown a deep all game, so they're going to do it now.
that. They might catch you with one a little. Ooh.
Yeah, like let's stop doing what's actually
Flavor.
been working the whole game because we're worried about giving up the play that hasn't worked the whole game. Okay, that makes sense.
Sign me up for it.
Yeah,
That works
sign me
for
up for
me.
that defense.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a part of it. I told you Monty Kiffin's cover too, man. Tampa too. We got a linebacker cannot cover the middle of the field. He's better rushing the passer. What do? You know what? Rush 3, drop 8. And
Sure.
they just nickel and dime over his fucking head. 10-yard in, 10-yard post. Just everything you can imagine just ended up behind this dude's dome. It's like, Jesus, man. What time that was?
That shit'll just piss you off.
And again, against Washington State in the Coliseum. Tried to throw a bubble screen. It's a pick 6 the other way.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, corner read it. Like
It's
he
worse
didn't even
shit.
he didn't even like try to, bluff that he was going for the ball. He just lined up in front of Marquise Lee and said, "I know you're throwing this," and just
Said
stood
yeah,
a
we'll
step in
do it.
front of him. Cody Kessler threw it right to his chest, and we knew Cody wasn't catching him.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty
I
damn
hate Cody
good.
Kessler, man. That name just pisses me off.
I've told everyone who will listen to me. I'm like, I've never, because I saw on the jumbotron when we were at the last SC game. Apparently, he's like third in USC passing yards or something in
Mhm.
history. Like, I've never had a more frustrating time as a Trojan fan than when Cody Kessler was my guy. When I had to root for Cody Kessler, and they
Man,
even gave him the fucking chrome face
that was
mask
3
thing.
straight years of Cody Kessler too. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
not good.
Those were tough. Those were Dude, difficult.
Remember, have to look. Remember Max Whittick?
Dude, remember
Shit.
the couple games with John David Booty?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
God.
yeah. Old John David.
John David, like the number one rule, just hey, don't roll out to your right and try to flip on a dime and throw it back across the middle. And that guy just he tried to make a living doing it and didn't
Matt
work.
Barkley really just was a letdown, huh?
In college?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so. I feel like he was kind of good. He went into the
Yeah, but
horseshoe freshman.
didn't win anything.
Stole that shit. I mean, he had a fucking duel against the stormtroopers.
I mean, yeah, but started for 4 years and we didn't win. Didn't win a thing.
That's a good point.
Didn't win a Pac-12. Like you got to think in 4. You play 4 years. You got to get me one.
But you know what I like to think about though, compared to
This
the
is the
Cody
record:
Kessler era?
9-3, 8-4,
Yeah.
10-2, 7-4, with him starting. I mean, 10-2, sure. 2011, I'll take that.
Yep.
Who did they lose to that year?
Probably Oregon and
Let's see.
Oregon and Washington, or Oregon and Arizona State somehow.
He ended on a. Oh. Oh, that was the postseason ban stuff, but
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna go back. I want to see who they lost to that year. 2011.
Yeah, who did we lose to in 2011? I should know this, but I don't.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. Standings.
I probably got too much useful information now.
Go down here.
Remember when you're a kid and you could just
Schedule.
memorize any stat just because you got nothing else in the head, so you could just fucking.
Oh, okay. At Arizona State.
Yep.
And the triple OT against Stanford.
Oh yeah, who
Yeah.
could forget that?
Yeah. Beat Oregon.
Okay. Well,
That was the one at Oregon with
the
freaking
miracle.
with Maldonado, right?
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
D'Anthony Thomas turned it on. In the
That's
second
when they
half.
were up. Yeah, halftime was 24-7.
Yep.
Then
Almost gave it up.
yeah, at one point it was 38-14, and
Yep.
Oregon fucking came storming back. So that was 2011. The UCLA 50-0 in the last game. Obviously didn't make the Pac-12 and was that the ban? Yeah, that was the last year of the ban.
So you got to
Then
think if we're not banned, then we probably go to the Pac-12.
you play in. Well, no, you could still go to the Pac-12 championship, I think.
Could you?
Just not postseason. I think it was a postseason ban.
10-2 didn't get us a
It would have been
bid to the
7-2 in the conference. Let me look. Pac-12 football
I feel like we got
standings.
hosed for that because I remember being pissed about like, oh, like we should have a chance to win the Pac-12, but they're like, well, you can't go to the Rose Bowl, so like, why would we give you a chance to the conference or some shit?
Let's find it. In
Or am I tweaking?
2011.
Was that the year
Oh
UCLA
no.
got their ass
Okay,
kicked?
yeah, they were ineligible from the Pac-12. Yeah,
Okay,
that's when
so they would've-
UCLA went and lost to Oregon.
yeah. So you got to
But
think
that was only because it was still the North and the South. Like
yeah,
technically Stanford. Oh, because Stanford lost to Oregon that year.
Oregon.
Yeah, they were both 8-1 in conference. USC ended the year 6th overall. So it would have been a USC versus Oregon rematch.
Match.
But
And you got to think. I mean, if you don't have the postseason ban, and let's say you pull off the upset again,
yeah, I don't know
I
if you
think
go
Oregon was
in.
top 4.
I
They were
think
like top 3 or some shit. I can't remember.
Oregon ended up. Was that the year they went to the Natty?
That was the year they went to the Natty. Yeah, 2011.
2011. No, they didn't. That was the
2012.
It was the year before they did. The next that was when they beat when they had the Chromes Rose Bowl Chromes against Wisconsin. So that would have been USC would have probably been in the Rose Bowl because the Natty that year was who was the year after that? Auburn, Florida. No, it wasn't Jameis. That wasn't
No,
Jameis.
was that? No, was it? I feel like it was LSU
Was
Bama.
it freaking LSU Bama when it was like 9-6 the first game?
Oh God.
Wait, let me see actually. It was
Those
one of
might have
those
been some of the
shitters.
worst national
Yeah,
championships
it
I've
was
ever.
LSU. It was LSU Bama.
Yeah.
Because LSU beat Oregon the first game of that season.
Yeah, it was when
Tyrann Mathieu
Matthew came out of nowhere.
was God.
Well, yeah, and then they found out he was doing a little.
Sure.
Hey, but if it gets you old natty.
Right. So then 2012 was just that was a full collapse year.
Yeah.
Because that was lost to Stanford, third game. That was after the postseason ban. So this was like, okay, here's the year. Lose to Stanford, but you're still 6-1 at one point. Lose at Arizona. Then the Stormtrooper, fucking Kenyon Barner had 800 touchdowns.
Oh God.
He actually had you want to this Kenyon Barner, because I was at this game. This Kenyon Barner stat line: 38 carries, 321 yards, 5 touchdowns. That was his stat line for that game. 62-51, Oregon won. That was I can't believe I was at that game.
62-51 is insane.
62-51, and it was a back and forth. It just Oregon jumped out 14-3, and that was it. Because it was second quarter was 20-21, third quarter 14-14, fourth quarter 14-13. Oh, I remember some of these names. Josh Huff.
Oh, Jeff
Oh.
Mail.
Jeff Mail, I think he'd been gone by that point.
Really?
Byron Marshall.
I remember him.
Keenan Lowe.
Man.
Kiko Alonso. Ifo Ekpreolamu. Lockdown.
Dude.
That was lockdown.
Absolute lockdown.
Silas Red at running back for USC. Nelson Aguilar had 6 catches for 162 yards. Marquise Lee had 157 yards.
Damn.
So there was a lot of offense going on in this game.
I think Bobby Trees was on that team too.
Oregon had 730 yards of offense.
God.
USC had 615.
Nobody could play defense.
Yeah, no. And
being played.
Then lost. Oh yeah, at UCLA lost, and then that's when Notre Dame was number 1. Lost to them too, but that was Max Whittick.
That was Monte Teo.
Then lost to Georgia Tech in the Sun Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, I remember now.
Yeah.
That'll
do it on that one.
Yeah.
GH.
Yep, and that's when I discovered my love for whiskey. That's where it started. All right, speaking of a love for whiskey, I think it's time to get into some Twitter stagery.
Sure.
Oh, Jesus, I clicked the wrong button. Let's try this again. Time for some Twitter stagery. There we go. Oh, this kid, okay, he might be every single fantasy owner so far in football, man. Look at this
Buddy,
kid.
what's the matter?
I'm done with fantasy football.
Why? What happened?
Everything. All my players are getting hurt, and they're like some of the best ones.
Yeah.
Who's hurt now?
Chris Godwin's hurt. Now CeeDee Lamb's Deebo Samuel's in the hospital. CJ Stroud can't do anything.
CJ Stroud's sucking right now.
And so is Chris. Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton. We're crying about Cortland Sutton.
Wire and keep it moving. That's all you can do.
I love that
Buddy, what's the
Deebo
matter?
responded. I'm okay, buddy.
We're crying about Cortland Sutton. That's when you know you're done.
That's a tough day.
Season's over.
Like I said, the fact that I know I was relying on Javonte Williams to give me at least a 12-piece, like it's a tough spot.
You're in a bad spot.
It's not ideal. But we knew that going into the week. We said, hey, we don't have a declared running back two right now.
Yeah,
so
we don't have it.
I think one of the Buccaneers boys might have earned it because they're just kind of doing their thing.
Sure.
You got to think. So we finally have some relief for Florida State. Farm to table.
Like you see the Syracuse frat videos and you go like, I could do that. You have a spoon? Yeah, of course I have a spoon.
Of course I have a
Oh,
spoon.
there's going to be poop on my hand. Like,
There's a lot of snacks.
Okay.
Okay, it's clear now. I'm going to dive in here.
Dude.
Dive right in. Well, not
all right, bro. Florida State's cursed. We suck at football. But I love college. I love Florida State. And thank me when we beat Miami. Yeah, not even that bad. 3-2-1 null. Like, what's up, bro? Just do it. Broke the curse. Cam Ward, your season's over. Ashton Genty for Heisman. Florida State's winning out. We're gonna get a bowl game. Give us the Pop-Tart Bowl, please. Please, Pop-Tart Bowl. I'll be there.
I fear the curse was not broken.
I think they got boat raced, right?
I don't know if it was a full boat race, but they lost. So
I mean, they show the whole evidence going through. It was pretty crazy that
Oh.
Brandon Aubrey didn't practice because of jury duty. But
yeah,
you know
jury
what?
duty is hilarious.
He better have convicted that guy.
Sure.
Oh, he's
yeah, he's guilty.
Get him out of here.
Get him out. Get him as far gone as can.
It's pretty insane. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on recently coming up to the final days of the selection season that are just like blatant calls to assassinate old Donald J. Trump. Like, you're saying he's out for unchecked power. He wants a military like Adolf Hitler had. He unhinged, unstable, and given a second term, there will be no one to stop him from pursuing his worst impulses.
Jesus.
It gets worse.
Okay.
So you start with that. We'll get back to just keep that in your mind when we get down further.
Okay.
Pizzeria is busted for selling a pizza with a side of Coke. Cocaine on this one. Sorry, not Coca-Cola.
Sure.
Customers were served the drug when ordering item number 40 on the menu. It reported it was their best selling pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, who snitched? That's a good question. I mean, who's number 40? Huh? DJ Moore might have some of the funniest interviews this year.
Had to grow to that. And now you can see, like, he's
Caleb
bossy,
Williams.
but in a not like mean way, but like in his own way. So take that as you want.
I mean, does it please you? I mean, is it
Whoa.
Doesn't please me, but it's good to see. Good to hear him out there doing that, and that means he's doing growth.
Sure.
It's like, how the fuck do I say to this guy? Like, no, you big dumb dipshit. Okay. Sure to make sure the guy matures into a good quarterback.
Please him?
Excuse me. Please me. This is pretty interesting. A woke doctor refused to publish $10 million trans kid study that showed puberty blockers didn't help mental health.
There you go. Who would have thought?
I mean, you know what? I had a hunch. Okay. I had a bit of an inkling. Like, hey, maybe we just kind of keep these, you keep with your hormones, they keep with their hormones, neither shall they cross. But hey, looks like the science says it's true too. So
Sure.
check that one off the Christmas list. What is up with her face? She just looks evil. Like, if there's like a super villain that's getting cast, like she could go.
I mean,
for it.
it's not a good look.
I can't remember if we saw that. Did we see this one already?
All right, guys, we got the Roadinator.
The guy.
We're gonna shove it in the hole. Got the gas turned on, and it's gonna pump inside. It's pumping propane and oxygen inside of the hole.
Sure.
Once it gets full enough, there's a little sparker. Ignite it, and it basically blows up the hole. But now this one's a little bit more special since I have a good idea of where this squirrel is at. I think he's right here.
Right.
And if I pump it in a little bit heavier, I'm pretty sure that this squirrel is going to fly. At least that's my hope. I guess we'll find out, though. All right, boys. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Safety first. It's always important.
Let it rip.
This one's for the boys. Let's get it.
Yeah, that thing's dead. You got to get one of these things.
I'm trying to find one, but I can't. I don't know how to look them
I
up.
don't even know what it is.
I believe it was quite literally just like some metal piping hooked up to a propane tank with a sparker at the end. It's like a lighter. like one of those, like not the flint and steels, but where it's like a
Uh-huh.
little metal piece and you flip them together and it
Yeah.
creates a spark. It's like that. But you best believe I'm looking for one because I could have endless hours of fun with this thing. Dude, my backyard might look like a goddamn war site after that. Just the sound
Ignite it.
of just like the pure,
We've all been waiting for.
just boom. This is
Safety first. It's
pure
always
boys
important.
being boys. Just fucking let it
This
rip.
one's for the boys. Let's
Oh, yeah.
get it.
And you know what? No one can say the cruelty. I mean, he's out like that. Like it's instant good night, sweet prince. That's a beautiful invention. If anyone knows where that is or where I can buy it, like please.
Yeah, need it.
I would love to be able to get.
Got a squirrel problem.
I do. Well, we've been fighting back. We've been cutting down the problem, but still, the war's not over.
They won't. Yeah, they won't go quietly.
No, they will not. This is pretty funny. I don't care what they're saying on there. We've all been in a class like this. My son says he's not doing well in one of his classes. I asked why, and he sent me this.
Probability that a sample contains no more than one unmarketable tomato. No more than one unmarketable tomato.
One unmarked tomato?
Yeah. If your professor's got an accent, you are shocked, buddy. So it's been nice knowing you.
Let's be real. How's this allowed? So now I'm fighting the subject and I'm fighting what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Correct.
So I'm just fucked, is what you're saying. I'm not even shocked. It's just,
yeah.
Like,
you don't stand a chance, buddy.
No. Let me see if I can get it on the second try.
That a sample contains no more than one unmarketable tomato. No more than one unmarketable tomato.
Sure.
At first, I thought she was saying one standard deviation, one outlier value, but now I'm thinking it's something about a can of tomatoes or bottle of tomato.
Automaton, automative.
Botany. Botany, sure.
Shohei
Ohtani.
What are we doing?
AutoNation.
Egypt,
I'm very happy about that. Do need to away. There's zero truth to Matthew Stafford to the Vikings. Yeah, we're keeping fucking 9. Get your grubby little hands off our quarterback, you sons of bitches. Okay? Back it up.
Sure.
Your hands off my quarterback. I'm happy that these rumors have been put to bed because it was going to ruin my day for a couple if I found out, hey, we're trading Stafford to the fucking Vikings. And Cup's going too. Like, okay, well. This morning, the federal government is fining American Airlines $50 million for mishandling, quote, thousands of wheelchairs, including this case posted on TikTok last year. Let's see if we could pinpoint where the problem is and, kind of do some conflict resolution, maybe, some policy changes.
Uh-huh.
Here, okay, so we're at the top. Okay. All right. Oh. Huh. I mean,
workable.
Having big fat stooge down there, he doesn't look like a athletic human to be able to go get that. The speed at which this is coming down.
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying you need to catch that because it's probably going to hurt, but I'm sure we could find, something better than just letting these things cartwheel over the top.
Yeah.
So, maybe you need to look into that. This is it's just so funny the shit people will do. This guy put some electrified is Trump 2024 sign, Trump pence, and it's just simply if you don't touch it, you won't get zapped. It's pretty simple. It's not your sign, so don't go touch sign in the middle of someone's yard too. Not this guy. He's for it. Taking this damn thing.
Yeah, you're done for, buddy.
He's a big dumb idiot. I mean, just what you're gonna be the hero. I'm gonna go take the sign. Yeah.
He did not stand a chance.
Is it a yeah or a yeah? Let's see. See if we can get a better. Oh man,
Yeah, I know that hurt.
you ever touched a
Not something like that. No.
my grandparents' house up in the back roads, up there in Oregon
Yep.
and stuff. They had a portion of the fenced area that was when they had like some cattle back there that was
Sure.
just they call it like I think it's a cattle fence. That's what I think it's called. It's not a cattle guard, and it sends out a nice pulse. So if they go near it, it'll like shock them.
Sure.
I wanted to know what it was like, and my dad was like, "Why don't you go touch it?" So I did. Shocking, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
It hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't feel good. It's like if if someone had one of those little gum packets and you grab it and it like zaps.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that times like 50.
Oh, okay. So put some
And
hair on your chest.
yeah, and your hand wants like you want to keep gripping it until it stops, which is the tough
Sure.
part because that's just the way the electrical current works.
Okay.
So with the fact that it pulses, you can let go. But you can understand, like I saw what sparked me into it was I saw one of the like horses go near it and kind of, put the head up to it and immediately walk back away. And I was like,
Yeah.
why is that? Oh, I now know. I'm not fucking touching that again. It's tough. I sent this over to you as just trying to be a good manager myself.
Hey, I will say though, opening weekend, he didn't do half bad.
I swear to you, that midget
Game dropped and Midget made some things happen for me.
That midget, I just don't understand why the only time he can really go to Marvin Harrison is when he's about to get sacked and he just throws it up and Marv has to make an incredible catch. Like,
Yeah.
can we script some plays to get this guy open?
I fear we can't.
Just never, man.
We can't do shit.
Unfortunate. Yeah, and then it got so bad. Yahoo Fantasy Sports put out a post: "Does Call of Duty really affect Kyler Murray's fantasy production?" I hate to tell you, but Kyler Murray back in 2019, back in MW, before COD, 19.61 fantasy, sure. After it, 17.78. Oh shit.
Good shot.
Cold War, 30.05. I think that was the DeAndre Hopkins year when we first got him.
Okay.
After the COD release.
Yeah, not good.
He was grinding on COD. Yep, 23, then 20. Oh, shit. 23 and 17. Oh, no. And then it's not really fair for this last one because, before it was released, 0 games played, so you get 0 after you get 18. But, it's unfortunate, but the numbers don't lie.
Sure.
This is crazy. So this is, I guess, a scammer or something. Oh, no, this is a voting text. This is 8-time Pro Bowl quarterback Phillip Rivers. I never pulled out of a football game or my wife. And this November, I hope you won't pull out of voting.
Here you go. Do your part as a citizen.
I mean,
do your part as a citizen.
If Phillip Rivers can do his, you can
go vote.
Yours. That guy's got a lot of kids.
Yeah, he's got the most.
Perhaps we should think about some contraceptives.
Sure.
This is actually pretty elite. I'm not gonna lie.
You're in a bad mood. Why? Just tell me.
Miami's backup quarterback is injured.
Who's the backup quarterback?
Tyler Huntley. Because Skylar Thompson sucks.
So that's putting you in a bad mood?
Skylar Thompson is the backup quarterback. Tyler Huntley is the third-string backup quarterback. Now they have in some weird Boyle guy who's like the 100th
Even more shit.
quarterback, and he sucks.
So it's putting you in a bad mood?
Yeah.
You're in
That's a great,
There you go.
If I ever have a daughter, I would hope that's the reason she's got a bad mood. Why? Wife comes up, what's wrong with her? Well, Rams are having a tough time. It puts back up and trade as a player.
Sure.
I could deal with that all day over, my friend at school said this, and then I said
Yeah.
that, and then the whole, I hate her this day, but I love her the next day. It's like, Jesus, I can't keep up with this.
Can't be doing all this.
I can keep with this logic. Okay, yeah, I get it. You don't like Tim Boyle being in there, okay? All right. you like Tyler Huntley being in there. Not sure you should have, but
Yeah.
all right. This would have been really good if the fucking defense held up too, or if their offense of line could figure out how to block a 4-man scheme. That would be lovely too. Caleb Williams sent a box of rubber ducks wearing Jaden Daniels Commander uniforms to Washington's training facility after Daniels didn't practice for the third day. Appeared to call Daniels out for, quote, ducking his game versus Chicago. That's actually pretty funny.
No way this happened.
I mean, I don't see anything underneath saying actually.
I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, there's no way.
Yeah.
This would have got reported.
I'm just telling you.
I don't know if I'm believing NFC North news.
Sure. I mean, the duck looks pretty official to me.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm not debating the legitimacy of said duck.
Box of them, actually.
Sure.
Of the ducks.
How many you need?
The ducks and the geese. Oh, this is... So I guess there's a guide for Call of Duty fans over 30. So let's see if this actually works. 5 tips for playing COD, Black Ops 6 as an older gamer.
Number 1, don't rely on reflexes. Rely on information through recon builds. In Black Ops 6, if you stack 3 perks from the same tree and they're color-coded for you, you get a bonus perk called a combat specialty. In the case of recon, which is blue, you get a perk that lets you see through walls at the start of each life and get a sense of where the enemy team is heading. With that information in mind, you'll get the drop on them far more often, as well as know where them quick-scoping summa bitches are. Number 2, stay off radar at all costs. Always pick Ghost. You'd be amazed how many players keep their eye glued to that tiny little map in the corner of the screen, and will be pretty surprised when you show up unannounced. You can use the perk greed wildcard to choose Ghost as an extra perk regardless of your build. You will have to sacrifice having a second primary though. It also goes without saying, make sure to rock a suppressor. Number 3, use unlimited knife sprints to show the kids how it's done from your CSGO days. You've done this so many times. Number 4, pop the colors. Your eyes are old, so go easy on them. Set the objective color to anything other than red or blue. That way you don't mistake an enemy with an objective behind them for a friend. Likewise, set your friend's default colors to something really bright like hot pink, because it's kind of fun, but they'll also be easy to recognize. Number 5, level guns in zombies mode to get new attachments before going into multiplayer. Remember that attachments in Black Ops 6 have mostly positive stats with a few drawbacks, so anytime you want to start a new weapon, you'll be up against fully kitted and potentially way better armed opponents. That can be a frustrating experience. Fortunately, there's a persistent leveling system, and the game remembers your builds across modes from Gunsmith, so you can get everything unlocked ahead of time.
Just letting you know, if anyone ever plays against me and they have movement like that, you just put the controller down.
Sure. That's GG.
Unless you're hitting every single shot, I fear you're getting put in the blender. Yeah, I mean, it's just... we've all seen it, but you know what? What's one more time? It's just
not good.
Coming right here. I feel you should be on his hip. On his hip. Right there. The back.
You'll never live that down, man. Forever. So bad.
Chicago's gonna be 6-2.
Yeah.
They're about to be 6-2.
We're gonna be looking good.
Oh, speaking of looking good, I mean, the way Wade unveils his statue: 15 seasons, 3 chips, all-time leader in points, games, assists, and steals. And what did they give him? A Halloween Frankenstein Wade.
Yeah, this thing is horrible.
Frankenstein. I don't even know whose face that's supposed to be. It's like, what the... Is this the Halloween edition? It's like...
Yeah, this thing's crazy.
So I want to... Did you see they had a press conference for the sculptors after?
Really?
They were showing on the Pat McAfee show. These fucking fat stooges are sitting behind the Heat press conference desk, just having to answer for why his face looks so just...
Why it's just the worst shit ever.
Oh.
Why there's nothing worse.
All right. I'm gonna play this
But that-
clip from MSNBC, and you make of it what you want. All right. You could say non-biased. You could say biased. All hell. That's up to you. I'm just playing what they put.
But that jamboree happening right now, you see it there on your screen, in that place is particularly chilling because in 1939, more than 20,000 supporters of a different fascist leader, Adolf Hitler, packed the garden for a so-called pro-America rally, a rally where speakers voiced anti-Semitic rhetoric from a stage draped with Nazi banners. When a Jewish protester rushed the stage, the Associated Press reported, quote, instantly, a dozen or more stormtroopers set upon him, knocking him down and beating him as he held his head in his arms. Most of his clothing was torn from his body. Later, he was booked for disorderly conduct. Now, against that backdrop of history, Donald Trump, the man who has threatened to use the military against opponents he calls enemies from within, who has threatened to use the troops to quell what he says are lawless cities, and to use those troops to carry out mass deportations of immigrants, is once again turning Madison Square Garden into a staging ground for extremism.
That don't sound like framing to you, does it? It just sounds
Okay.
like good reporting.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, goodness me.
This is getting insane.
I don't even know what to say about that one.
I mean,
not good.
Trump's MSG rally comes 85 years after pro-Nazi rally at famed arena. Pro-Nazi rally at Madison Square Garden. They also play basketball games there if we want to talk
Sure,
shit.
yeah.
You know?
How could we?
Concerts,
play
too.
basketball there.
I believe they play. Isn't it also converted to like a hockey rink too?
Oh yeah, they do hockey there. They
Yeah.
probably do some concerts in there too.
Sure. I think Taylor Swift is sold out Madison Square Garden. Wait, so Taylor Swift has done a concert the same place they had a pro-Hitler rally?
Not a good luck.
Oh, now things are starting to add up. What better way to end the night than with Frank Fleming?
I have fucking had it. I have fucking had it with this bunch of soft-ass fucking losers.
Okay.
I have had it with these soft-ass fucking losers. That's who the Dolphins are. They're a bunch of soft fucking losers.
Sure.
You got a coach that just, he wants to be everyone's friend. He's not a fucking coach. He is a joke. This team, week after week after week, you know, everyone's fucking figured him out. They fucking figured him out. They dropped the safeties back. What good does Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle do if you can't get the ball to them? Because the offensive line can't stop anybody. Get your defense. You have Zach Sear, the only good defender left after what you did this offseason, and then you get rid of him. He gets poked in the eye. How do we lose our best defender in fucking practice? And then a safety, because you have an offensive line that's a patchwork because you don't prioritize offensive line. You don't do anything. And then they get the touchdown scored on them. And on the second straight week, I'm watching this team dancing, having a good time on the sideline as they're blowing a 10-point lead. I'm so fucking sick of this. I want that house clean. Stephen Ross up there, Mr. fucking Magoo. Does he even see? Does he even fucking care?
Fucking Magoo.
God damn it. I will not buy one piece of Dolphin merchandise until Chris Greer is fired.
Oh yeah.
I just love the way he does his rants and then just
He's
goes
not
out.
gonna buy one piece of Dolphins merchandise.
But this is the last thing you see. How the fuck do I turn this thing off?
Yeah.
I said my piece. Mr. Fucking Magoo might be
Oh, Mr. Magoo's insane.
Oh, speaking of which, since you're judging NFC North news, again, there's nothing underneath here that says actually. Okay, so we don't have any
Sure, all right.
deals. Now, it could be total bullshit. Maybe, freedom of speech is being utilized, which would be great. But apparently the Bears allegedly have filed an official request to the NFL to replay the Hail Mary attempt versus the Commanders since multiple clear hold penalties went uncalled. Chicago has sent the video proof of these offenses and claimed if they were recalled that the results of the game would have been completely different. If the NFL's board approves this request, the Bears would fly to Washington and replay the last play of the game on Wednesday.
No, this is not real.
The league is taking this request seriously.
They wouldn't do that shit for the
It's
Rams, remember?
Chicago, believe
Remember
it.
the PI against
yeah.
the Saints? Or I guess I should say for the Saints, but
Oh no, I mean it still was PI. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was PI.
But fuck it.
And I'll tell you it
Game's
right
over.
now.
Sorry.
I'll say it right now since the game's over. It was a face mask on Sam Darnold. Okay.
There you go.
But after getting fucked by the refs for 8 weeks in both college and NFL, it's good to get one. You know, just to kind of see one go through the bucket for us. Like, you know. I do think the fact that Byron Young grabbed up top is because if you hit a quarterback in the legs, you're going to get a flag.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really know how to sack him. So, but yeah, we fucking damn near tore his head off.
Sure.
You know what? Fucking do it again. You ain't gonna call it. Yeah. I mean, it's just clear. Clear
Yeah,
as
I mean,
daylight.
and then he's like, "Oh, I don't have a good angle on it." Like, we
pretty good
actually
one.
know what angle you have, so
You
there's
do.
an angle of your angle.
You do.
So I'm not sure about that one, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just don't fucking, maybe we wait until the game's over to talk shit.
Sure.
After we've been in a dogfight where we've looked like shit on both sides of the ball. That's all we got.
That's all we got. That's all we need.
Really.
All
Alrighty, folks.
That's all we need.
Episode 96. You know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you find out where to buy one of whatever that squirrel machine was, the fucking propane launcher and fucking Doogie Howser, I'll be
let Nick know.
Mighty happy to know where to buy one.
He's trying to light somebody up.
Squirrels, preferably. Yeah. Squirrels are. It's an endless fight, people.
Yeah.
You can win the battles, but you got to win that fucking war. And it's a war of attrition. We got the upper hand right now. But how do I know the squirrels aren't just regrouping? How do I know they're not connecting with other squirrels?
Yeah, they're gonna
come back and make a.
They're starting a war.
Yeah.
About to get a siege upon your place.
I think the homestead's ready. I think
Yeah?
the Alamo could be. Yeah, I think the Alamo
Could be defended and fortified.
be viable. I will say, I don't know. Kind of off topic. Have you ordered stuff from Amazon to your place, or not Amazon, to from Walmart to deliver stuff to your place?
No.
So I ordered a bunch of stuff for my house, and I ordered like this trash can to just like one of those foot pedal ones. You just kind of, how in video games you'll order something, like you'll see like streamer video games, they'll order something, and they go outside and the shit's just sitting there.
Yeah.
I literally open my door and there's just a white trash can sitting outside my house.
There you go.
Like no box, no nothing, just
they bought it and they brought it over. And here you go, buddy. You ask and we shall deliver.
Like 3:30, I fucking get up from my desk. I'm like, oh,
it's here.
All right, cool. Yeah. If you order something from Walmart, don't be surprised if it just shows up at your doorstep. No package or anything. You don't need it.
Sure.
All right, people.
Good shot.
We'll be grinding on COD. If you see the Greerster or Shin Dog, you know you're getting shit on.
There you go.
That's all you need.
Deuces. See you.